Hi, James here, and I want to talk to you today about Facebook as a business building tool. Brings up an interesting question. Can Facebook be a business building tool? And I got to be honest, I was skeptical for quite a while. I know a lot of real estate salespeople, and I wasn't exactly being overrun with salespeople saying, hey, I just got a great client, brand new client from Facebook, and converted it into income. But then a couple weeks ago, I heard a very interesting bit of information. A company called Kissmetrics surveyed agents that made $100,000 a year or more and found that on average, those guys have 500 or more friends on Facebook. It becomes interesting when you compare it to the national average from NAR. The average agent nationwide makes $34,000 a year and has fewer than 100 friends on Facebook. Now, I'm not suggesting that therefore Facebook must be the answer for unlocking a high-income career. That's not the case at all. However, I do believe it's important. So I had to examine my own behavior with Facebook. What is it that turns me off with Facebook? What is it that keeps me from focusing on it to the point that I could have 500 friends and use it as a business building tool? And the answer is chaos. By nature, Facebook is a chaotic medium. Today I have slightly better than 200 friends. Many of them post several times a day. That's a flood of information on my news feed, most of which I don't even care about. It becomes a daunting task to wade through Facebook. So, what we're going to do today is quickly show you 3 things you can do to clean up that clutter, take control of that content, get it down to just the things you want to see, so that you can manage Facebook easily. Honestly, you should be able to deal with Facebook in 15 minutes or less a day. And if you'll do these 3 things, you'll be able to do that. Before we start with the big 3, I do want to do some basics. So let's get to Facebook and show you what I'm talking about. Now, the first thing I want you to do when you log into Facebook is pay attention to where you go. And where you go is called your news feed. This is something that you only see. Nobody else sees it. And this is where all the things that your friends post during the day comes. It all comes from this place. This is where it gets chaotic. This is what we're going to take control of. There's another view in Facebook, and you get to it by clicking your name. It's called the timeline. The timeline is your public face on Facebook. When people seek you out, this is what they see. What they don't see is your news feed, which you get to by clicking home. At that same right next to your name. Home takes you to the news feed. This is just for your eyes. Nobody else sees it. Now, let's take control of it. First thing I want you to do is go over and click the word friends on the left. You'll see here a list of lists. Each of these is a list of friends that's been organized. You may have set them up inadvertently or maybe even on purpose, or Facebook is just automatically doing this for you. What I want you to do is take control of the list. I looked at the default categories and what lists I had already set up, and I found that they just didn't serve me, so I wiped them all out as much as I could, took everybody out of those lists, and created new ones. You're probably going to do something similar, although you may find that these lists serve your needs. Let's go through that process. I'm going to create a list here. You've got a list called Close Friends. I don't use it, but let's make one for Best Buds. Okay, same sort of thing. These are going to be my closest and dearest friends. Create the list. When you create it, you're taken to it. It's blank. Let's add friends. Okay, I'm going to grab just a few people here to add to my friends. Okay, and what I get is a news feed from just those people. Good start. Step 2, I want you to come over to where it says Manage List, click it. The third option down says Choose Update Types. Click that, and look what you get. You get 6 different types of activity that this group can post to your timeline. Now, these are my closest and best friends, right? I probably want everything. Not so fast. Look what's in there. I want updates, sure, I want photos, but games, I don't know about you, but I am so sick of seeing who's playing what game on Facebook. I never want to see that stuff again. I'm going to unclick it. Comments and likes, sure, I want to know what my best friends are commenting on. Music and videos, of course. Other activity, what the heck is that? Well, when your friend accepts a friend request from some other person, that's other activity. I could care. Unclick it. So now I'm getting almost everything on my best buds. When you're done, you just go on back and let's go to friends. Let's create another list. Let's call this one Best Duds. Okay, we got the best buds, the best duds. Best duds, these are not my closest and dearest friends. These are more like acquaintances, you know, people that I just sort of know. And I'm going to go and add a few people to this group. Let's just take these three right here, and let's manage this list. Click Manage the List, choose Update Types, and you might have to go back and click Manage List twice to get that list. All right, do I want their status updates? Of course. Photos, I could care. Games, of course not. I don't want games from anybody. Comments and likes, no. Music and videos, certainly not. Other activity, guess what? All I'm getting from this group is status updates. All right, you're done with the list. Now, if you'll just do that, organize your friends into lists based on the kinds of updates you'd like to receive from them, you're going to find that your desktop, your newsfeed is going to be so much cleaner and easier to manage. But I want to go one step further. You know, we've all got that friend that's maybe he's a close friend. He's in the close friend group. We're getting all the updates. And every time we turn around, he's posting something else stupid on our timeline. I've got one. I get 10 political things a day, and I'm just not interested. But I don't want to demote him, you know. He's a close friend, and heaven forbid, I don't want to unfriend him. I just want to deal with that issue. Here's what we're going to do. First thing, let's get back to the news feed, and again, we do that by clicking Home. And then let's scroll down until we find this person with all the irritating posts, this good friend. And let's assume it's Dan Adams. It's not, by the way, but we'll assume that's who that is. And you come over to the arrow next to his name and click it, and look what you can do. You can further restrict the kinds of updates you get. You only want the important ones. This should further clean up your news feed. We're done with that, and suddenly everything's better. So today we learned a handful of things. We learned the difference between a news feed and a timeline. That was a good start, wasn't it? We learned how on the news feed to go over to our lists of friends and to customize them by creating lists that sort and filter by the kinds of updates we want to get. For example, we hit Manage List, choose Update Types, hit it again, there's the 6 kinds, you can check with that. And then finally, we went back to the timeline and learned how to further restrict somebody who's already in another list. So, that's it for today. Hopefully now you can organize Facebook, make it useful, and start building it for your business. See you later.